I am getting ready to write some new tunes for myself and switching out some pickups, keeping this guy 11s in E flat, drop C sharp. This one I've been switching some pickups around in. I just got a Duncan Custom I'm going to put in there, 11s in E flat again, and basically just really going to focus on getting my sound. I started working with some bands out here and I got really inspired because the guitar players came in and it's like they had their sound, their thing, and I was like, man, you know, being a producer, it's like you've got 9 million sounds and everybody else's sound. But and I bought that new Symphony X record, and that guy's sound is so killer, and it's really consistent throughout the record. So that's the game plan. Got some cabs, got my 2 guitars. I'm going to switch around those pickups and going to work on different combinations of blending these 3 amps, the dual Racto, my 71, the Friedman mod, kind of Metallica Van Halen thing, and then a VH4. And I'm going to write some new tunes, some heavy stuff, and you know, track it and mix it from scratch here. So yeah, there's where we are. Where's that pickup? Here it is. I also found my old pots for the for my Les Paul. So I'd switched out to the 500K kit, and apparently it makes the guitar brighter. So the black one is definitely the darker of the two. Really thick, like a killer sounding guitar. I've got a WB Fire in there, and I have the 500K pot set in there, and it doesn't even matter. It's still dark and heavy, and I love that guitar. This guy's a little bit more commercial sounding, a little happier, a little more traditional Les Paul sounding, I think. So I'm going to throw the Duncan Custom in there, but apparently from what I've been reading, the Duncans are really designed to be used with 250 or 300K pots and .047 resistors. I don't know. As always, a learning experience. I'm getting my 5-string all ready to go. Got fresh strings for it. I'm gonna write some new tunes, man. Some heavy stuff. Start playing again. Well, there you go. Thinking about getting my amp combination, you know, and I'm not sure what it is yet. This dual Racto sounds insane, though, I gotta tell you. This thing is just unbelievably huge sounding. So, get my sound and then, you know, run it through the console and mult it out to one track and run it through the Pultec as I track it. Talked to a couple people that kind of do it that way. I was watching the Barisi video, and he mults his guitars. He uses a Quad 8 or an API, but I'm going to try that Pultec. I've heard from a couple of people that thing just sounds killer on guitar, so always a new quest. So this guy, we're going to switch out some pickups. I'm going to try Duncan Custom. Except it's got 500K pots on it, which supposedly the Duncans are better for the 250 or the 300K with a .047 resistor as opposed to a .022. So, but we'll see, man. This is it, man. We are ready to get the guitar sound for my own thing. Trading in a cabinet too, and looking at getting maybe a Recto cab. So, you know, do some experimenting and off I go. So I put that Duncan Custom in that guitar in like 5 minutes. I couldn't believe how easy it was. It was it's a handmade one that they do. They call it Floor Production, and it's like vintage braid. And I don't know if they're all like that, but it doesn't have like the 5-wire thing. So put it in, seems to sound great. This guitar in general is just brighter than this guitar. I think they're both great, different, very different. So, but again, this has that the 500K pots. So I'm going to talk to some people tomorrow and maybe experiment with switching out the pots to the 250 or the 300. But I don't know. Maybe I'll play a little bit for you guys so you can tell me what you think. It's kind of low volume because little homeboy's sleeping. Alright, so this is my Marshall, kind of low volume. This is my Black Paul with WB Fire in it. My Sunburst Paul with a Duncan Custom with the 500K pots. They're pretty different. I like them both. And now back to the Black Paul with WB. Sunburst with the custom. The custom feels kind of quicker and a little more like Zakk Wylde, like squawky, definitely brighter. Doesn't have the low end when you chunk. It sounds a little bit kind of more all over the place, frequencies, lots going on. With the black guitar, it's much drier sounding. It seems a little more balanced. I don't know what you'd say, I don't know if you'd call it smoother, but like more kind of even. I don't know, I guess like the black guitar feels to me more like almost like a Hetfield thing, and the Sunburst is almost more like a Dimebag, Zakk Wylde, a little more wild. I don't know, man. They both feel great. I like the way the Sunburst is saturating. I had a like a 9K in there, and it just didn't drive the amp right. It was just too. It was like kind of like a vintage PAF kind of thing. It wasn't happening. Now I think the WB Fire is like 14 or 15 is the output, and I think the custom is 14.2 or something, and that seems to be like the good area, between like 14 and 16 or 14 and 17 for this kind of music. You get into the higher stuff and it gets to be too like dark and too low endy. I've actually installed a couple pickups that were like, I think like 19, 20 or 20 and 21, 22. A couple of them were metal pickups, and I don't really like the way those sound. So Black Paul with the WB Fire. Black guitar it sounds more mature. I don't know what it is. It sounds like graduate school. It's a graduate school of metal. Top end on it, maybe. Jeez, that's like perfect. Yikes. That's intense. Let's add a little low into this one. Take off a little presence. So back to the Sunburst with the custom.